What's going on, everybody? Zenon here from Car Guy's Garage. I'm in my TC today. I'm going to do the shifter ring install that I just released for the Scion TCs. So again, as always, I am going to be working one-handed and using the camera with my other hand to turn around and do this install. Again, I don't have anybody, so the install videos are going to be as such for now. Hopefully that's going to change in the future. So I'm going to have to cut and paste this one because I'm going to have to pause, front camera, pause, rear camera, all that good stuff. So sit tight and I'll try to explain it the best that I can. All right, everyone, later. All right, so I just attached my camera to the Smove video stabilizer. Hopefully that'll make things easier. So I've already removed the reverse lockout just because mine's a little bit more challenging to do. But so the first thing you're going to want to do is you'll obviously have a shift knob on there. You're going to turn around and remove the shift knob. There's going to be a spring under there. You're going to want to remove that as well. And then your shift boot is going to be connected to the reverse lockout. So in order to get this out, all you have to do is push this down like that. And you can see here that my ring is already broken, and that's why I decided to turn around and do this. So that just comes off, and you can throw that to the side. This will just come out, and then there you go. Okay, so you have to start with a clean slate just like this. So when you get my package, you're going to get this ring, a powder coated ring, a bunch of these. There's going to be 8, and you're also going to get these little spacers. Okay, now what these spacers are is it's going to, when this goes on top, it's going to go on the screw, and then it's going to give you a space in between the screw and the powder coat. Because if you see here, this is mine. I tightened it too much for one, but it's going to turn around and cut into it because these edges are not, they're pretty sharp, right? So they're pretty sharp, and they just turn around and kill the powder coat like that. All right, so that's essentially what you're going to get in the kit. So as you can see here, I just added those little spacers. I lined them all up there and just added them to the screw just to make it a little bit easier. All right, so when you turn around and remove the shift boot, what you're going to turn around and have left is it's going to be like this. So you need to remove this plastic ring. The plastic ring does not work with my new kit. All right, so you need to remove the plastic ring, and there are just a bunch. I use staples to attach. This is my leather boot. I use staples to attach it. So you got to remove that, and you got to be left just with a shift boot. So once you do that, you're going to turn around, you're going to get your ring here, and these holes are threaded. Okay, and obviously it's just aluminum, so you got to be a little bit careful. You don't want to cross thread it, because if you cross thread it, it's going to be a pain in the butt. But they are threaded, and everything is to spec. So this is going to go over, and then you're just going to tilt it towards the front of the car, and it just slides in like that, and then it'll go like that. The flat part here, you're going to want to get to the front of the car and the rear of the car, because there's a clip in the side here, and there's a clip in the front there. So this will just turn around and let you line it up and get it so that it's clearing the clip there. And then all you have to do is twist it over, and then it'll sit there. Now it's not good, it could fall, like if I'm dicking with it, but it's not falling, but it'll, there, see how it went like that? But this is just, it's just letting it sit there while you turn around and you work on the car, right? So if you keep going, it's going to keep falling. So you just want to twist it over. Here's where the flat part is now. You just want to twist it over like that. So I'm going to be turning around and having these custom shift boots available on my website. And what these boots have is these little grommets here, which the screws are going to go in, and when it lines up on here, it's going to sandwich it, and it's going to make it so that the boot can't come out when you line it up in there. Now, for people who don't have the boot, you're going to have to take your stock boot, right? Obviously without the ring, and you're going to have it out so that when you tighten it, it kind of sandwiches it together. Or you could turn around and cut holes in your boot, right, along this pattern that you'll turn around and let the screws go into the boot, and that way the boot can't come out of the ring assembly, right? This is obviously why it is a little bit of a DIY. So I'm going to be doing this. I've partnered up with a shift boot company, and I'm going to get the boots, and I'm going to put these grommets in there that will allow you to, I'll just show you one by hand really quick. Right, so now that goes in like that, and then when it's all onto the assembly, it's going to be really, really, really easy to turn around and do. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, obviously, this shift boot and the top ring, and I'm going to connect the screws through the top into the shift boot, and then I'll turn around and come back and show you guys what I did. All right, so there we go. I put all the screws in, or bolts, whatever you want to call them, just so that it makes it easier when I turn around and put this on. Now again, I'm working with one hand, so it's very, very challenging. But then you're just going to turn around and slide on your reverse lockout as such. And then all you have to turn around and do now is line up the screws with the holes. And because I'm doing it one-handed, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but you just turn around and find it, and then there you go. Okay. All right, so once you get the ring and you get all the screws lined up and started, you just want to go around and obviously tighten them all up. And I just do finger tight, right? And that's me pushing on the bracket, and it's not coming off, right? So you can see here a little bit of that silver. That's because I gummed up my adapter. That's why you need to turn around and use those little spacers that I am going to include with the kit, so that you don't turn around and go too far. Obviously, this is my prototype, and when I was prototyping it, I found that out, and then I had to find a solution, and that's why things just don't happen overnight. They do take a while, but these are finger tight, and there is a little bit of a space under there that makes it so that you're not digging right into the metal. But still, even with that little spacer, you don't want to go too far. You want to make sure that you're not digging into the metal. If you do, depending on your color, if you have the wrinkle white, you could add some whiteout. If you have the wrinkle red, a red permanent marker, and if you have the wrinkle black, a black permanent marker will clean those up perfectly. Okay, so as you can see with my shift boot, I have it attached to those grommets, so it's not coming out. So if you need to, like I said, cut holes into your shift boot aligned with this, and then you can put the screws through and then tighten it, and then that way the shift boot doesn't come up. Or you can rely on it sandwiching in there, but I found that it was coming out a little bit, and that's why I'm going to turn around and make this option so that the less DIY for someone, the better it might be for them. But still, everything is in there. So let's turn around. So that's reverse, right? I still have a big, huge gap there. Now I do have the short throw, but that's 33%. Sorry, that's not reverse, that's second. But you could turn around and there's enough gap in there. Reverse, obviously, there's a lot more in the top. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the install. And then you'll turn around, you'll just put that back on. And then I got grief from a few people for my shift knob. So I've turned around and made a new one. And we're gonna go with this. Alright, so I got the titanium one there. But yeah, that's it. That's it installed in a video. So yeah, so hopefully that helps out everybody for the install. Again, sorry, I am one-handed and it makes it very, very challenging, but it's a video up, and one of these days I will have a little bit more professional, so to speak, videos. But for now, it is what it is, and I got to make do with what I have. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, you know what to do. Drop them down in the comments, send them to me via Instagram or Messenger or email at acarguysgarage@gmail.com. And yeah, I'll turn around and I'll answer anything that I can for you guys. All right, so thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next install video or the next vlog or the next whatever. Later.